Yeah, congratulations to Nebraska. They're a good football team. I think we've got a good football team. They're well coached. They've got some explosive players. I thought our guys went toe-to-toe with them for a pretty good bit, and then they broke our will a little bit in that fourth quarter. But proud of our guys' effort, but it wasn't close enough to beat a good team like Nebraska on the road in this kind of environment. I just told our guys, you know, playing hard is one thing, but you got to play, you know, well. You can't turn the ball over like we did and lose the turnover battle. We knew we needed to win that. We made some plays in the special teams, you know, blocked the punt to set up a score. But defensively, got to force more takeaways. And the bottom line was that they were able to run the football against us, particularly late. But, you know, I thought we shored things up after the first quarter. Played pretty well the second and third quarters against the run. And then, you know, the floodgates opened a little bit when we got a little bit discouraged in that fourth quarter. But our guys fought. You know, we're in the middle of that third quarter, and we started 3 drives at midfield. And, you know, I was fully confident that we were going to go down and score and make it a one-score game. But give them credit. They stopped us, and then they got the interception. And, you know, that was probably, you know, the story of the ballgame.
What happened at the end of the second quarter there? Was were you guys trying to call time? You had a couple timeouts left, I think, when you were down by the goal line. Were you trying to call a timeout from the sideline, or did the quarterback know that? Or?
Well, it was really loud. I don't know if Zach was aware of the time. We got the play in with about 30 seconds left, and he was waiting, and I wasn't sure why. We would have liked to have one more play down there, and we had 2 timeouts, but we had plenty of time had we got to the line and called it. So we got to do a better job getting coached up in that situation.
Were the coaches calling timeout from the sideline there and didn't get hurt by the refs? Or?
No, okay. No. I thought he was going to run the play. I mean, there was no reason for hesitation. You know, we told him, hey, we're in a hurry-up mode here, and you know, guys get in an environment like this sometimes, and you know, it's loud, and you get a little frazzled. We've got to do a better job of coaching.
Defensively, was there Nebraska's defense anything that maybe you didn't expect a little bit? Blitzes, some things that you were able to, I know it's first game. But.
Yeah, I think they probably blitzed a little bit more than certainly they'd shown in the past. We had a really tough time getting our run game started. And when that's tough, you know, you had to throw all the time. I thought, for the most part, our offensive line protected our quarterback, you know, pretty well. You know, they did get several sacks, but you know, overall, I don't know how many throws we had. 43 attempts. You know, that's a lot of pressure with a good front like Nebraska has. So give them credit. You know, they stopped our running game and did things very, very difficult.
Coach, now that you have this first game under your belt, what do you tell your guys going forward?
Well, I think when I told our guys, you know, obviously today was not good enough, but we have a chance to be a good football team. I think they realize that. You know, you come to an environment like this, and you know, we got a lot of young players, and a lot of those guys weren't sure, but we got in the fight. We got punched in the nose early. We're down, you know, 14. Our guys fought back. Fully expected it to. Came out in the third quarter, kept fighting and scratching. You know, they made a couple more plays than we did, and you know, that's the story of the ball game. But I told our guys we're a good football team. We need to learn from this, improve, and come back next week and go 1-0 in Bulldog Stadium.
Did Nebraska coaches let you know about the punt, their first punt call?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Riley about that. The officials first told me, you know, in our officials meeting before the game, and then I talked to Mike right before the game.
Okay. And no hesitation? In
No. No. Yeah, you know, it's tragic. I was talking with one of our coaches. I can't imagine, you know, losing his son. And if we can't teach our guys about doing something classy like that, what's college for? You know, so you know, I said, of course, we're going to decline the penalty. I said, but I want to, you know, reserve my right to change my mind if it was backed up or something. No. No, we were going to do that.
Okay, thank you.
I assume you checked out Chasen thoroughly at halftime, and
Oh, yeah,
he was
our
fine-
doctors-
and he was fine to go in the second half. Do you think he was 100% healthy in the second half?
I don't know if any of our players were 100% healthy in the second half. You know, you play a big physical football team like that. You know, college football, you get bumps and bruises. Our doctors cleared him. Chase said he was fine, so I think he was fine.
How do you think he played? I mean, he missed a couple throws, but he connected on a couple third and longs and looked pretty poised.
I think for a redshirt freshman, he did what we expected. I don't even want to say for a redshirt freshman. We did what we thought he was going to do. He plays unlike a redshirt freshman. He's got unusual poise, got us in the right place most of the time, made the right reads, made great throws. I thought Aaron really stepped up today, and you know, it was a comfort for Chase. And, you know, he did a good job finding him, and I was really proud of the way he played and the way he bounced back after, you know, getting banged up.
Do you have any concern that the final score kind of detracts a little bit from the effort that you guys put forth?
The final score is a final score. You know, you lose by one or you lose by whatever you lost by, it really doesn't matter. What matters is how, you know, do you keep fighting, which I thought our guys did. You know, our guys know that the final score, you know, was probably not indicative of the, you know, game. I think the Nebraska coach would probably say the same thing. But it is what it is. I mean, they scored that many points and we only scored, you know, 10 points. So, you know, our guys, there's no moral victories, but our guys realize when we play well, when we don't turn the ball over, we can make some plays, and we got a chance to be a good football team.
Do you think you got a bad call go against you on the early in the Nebraska punt where, you know, it was questionable? Did you get a look at the replay where the ball hit him or not?
You know, you can have a difference of opinion with the officials, but their explanation was, you know, fine. You know, they couldn't see which, you know, the play, when they ruled the play stands, there was not definitive proof. You know, as coaches, we're partisan. You know, we see things differently than probably what reality is.
Coach, talk about Aaron Peck's great game, 9 catches for 112 yards, a touchdown. First game back with pads.
I'm really proud of him. You know, he had the kind of game today that we thought he was going to have a year ago, you know, before he got hurt. I think that's driven him in the offseason. He's a guy that was, again, voted captain, you know, by our team. Guys look up to him, and he stepped up today in a tough environment and made plays.
Is that a signal that he's probably going to do that the rest of the season? You see that
I certainly
happening?
hope so.
Yeah.
You know, I think people are going to look and say maybe we need to double cover him. You have to be used to, you know, or you know, get used to that kind of a challenge and be able to step up for it. But no, Aaron's very talented. We all know that. He's just getting his opportunity now, and I thought Chasen did a nice job finding him. And you know, for the most part, our offensive line protected him. You know, a good part of the game.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you, Coach.
All right.